I'm gonna try to make you see how you are actually lovable, despite what your brain may have persuaded you. Every aspect of our lives are filled with people that you might compare yourself to, but it's BS. Look at this.
Yo, this is just a quick reminder that this is what I look like posing in perfect lighting with a pump, and this is what I look like in real life.
When I was in grade 7, I got paid out for my appearance and told who would ever like you. A few months later, I found out that one of my friends had had a crush on me for a while. And you know what your brain does? It takes the information you have, for example, no one liked me at that time, I was told that, and it says, well, because of these things, that means they're right. Do you think that you're too boring and that you'll have to make yourself interesting for someone to like you? There are introverts out there who are tired of going out with roller coasters and really want to find someone quiet and chill. There are people out there who have met so many others and yet none of them have matched their level of chaotic energy, but you might. There are people out there who need someone just as clingy as they are, who insults them enough to keep their huge ego in place, who make them feel needed all the time, who don't know how to communicate emotions yet, so that they can teach them all their specific ways, who take them on emotional highs and emotional lows so that they feel alive, you know? There are people out there who have the exact same fears as you do about yourself. Something that you and them would be able to fully understand about each other. There are so many kinds of people out there that you have no idea about, and they could want exactly what you have, flaws and all. I'm not saying to stop self-improvement. I'm saying that being the best is not the only version of enough. To visualize just how many people there are, 1 million seconds is 12 days, and 1 billion seconds is 31 years. There are over 7.5 billion people, each a completely different combination of what makes them them, including what they're looking for in a person and what would work well for them. An absence of people who have loved you does not mean that you're unlovable. People strive towards particular appearances and behaviors because they think that they need to be attracted to everyone. They think that they need to be attractive to everyone in order to find someone. But would you really want someone to like you based off of lies that you would have to constantly keep up? If you remain your genuine self, then you will increase your chances of finding someone who will like you for you. I saw this quote ages ago, and it's a lovely metaphor. Just because you don't look or have similar qualities to someone who you think is attractive doesn't mean you aren't attractive. Flowers are pretty, but so are Christmas lights, and they're nothing alike. Also, just to clarify, life isn't about falling in love. It's about living. I've seen some people run themselves into the ground, dating and asking out as many people as they could, and they took the rejections and failed relationships as proof that they were unlovable. In order to find someone who will work well with you, you will be rejected and dumped on the way. That's just part of the process. You're not supposed to work well with everyone. And a side note, sometimes you will come across the wrong people for you long term, but the right people for right now. People will look around and see happy couples their age and think that they're behind in the story of life. But they need to know that they're not behind in the story of their life. And also, insecurities like that won't just disappear once you're in a relationship. It's not a thought based off of this particular circumstance that you're in. It's a mindset that will apply to whatever is going on. There are people in relationships who compare theirs to others, and those habits of thought are going to have to be something they work on in order to give themselves any peace. Let's go to Costa Rica, where there's a huge farm of dogs. All the different types being wonderful and beautiful. Now, what if they started comparing themselves to one another? One day, a group of people come to visit to adopt some dogs. They just so happen to all like Labradors on that day, so lots of Labradors were taken home. And the only Dalmatian sees that and takes that as evidence that they're not what people want, that they're not good enough. So the Dalmatian's mind wonders, why? Why? It must be this, it must be that. It must be all of these things about me. I'll go roll in mud to make me look more like a Labrador. But what that little buddy doesn't know is what the future holds. That there was someone who saw them in the catalogue months ago and finally managed to make their way there the next day. They look around in the crowd of pups and can't see any black or white spotted coats. They think that they missed their chance, that they had already been sold, so they leave. And guess where the Dalmatian's mind goes? Why? It must be my personality too. I have a question. How's your daily sunlight going?